My name is Heather Holm. In the past few years, I've had the great privilege of having many conversations with Spirit, whether through hypnosis clients or through family members with exceptional abilities in spirit communication. I want to share some of these conversations with you, especially as they relate to the Quantum Realms 2022 theme of power, integrity, truth. First, a message from the Earth, Mother Earth, Gaia. This message came through unexpectedly in 2017.
Gaia was to talk. Look what they're doing to my people. Look what they're doing to my creatures. Look what they're doing to my bounty. Look what they're doing to my crust. The harm caused by closed hearts is widespread and spreading fast. I don't know which side to protect first. I need to be sure about the will of creation. Are they on my side? Do humans support me? I need to feel the consciousness of humanity.
So I thought of Earth Day. And I thought about all the people that celebrate solstices and equinoxes, plant gardens, recycle, hug trees, love their animals. But in that moment, I just said to Gaia, many people love you and honor you and recognize you as our mother. And this was the reply.
Multiply worldwide events where humanity expresses clearly its intent towards Gaia. My bountiful resources need to be acknowledged in their limitations by humanity. I don't feel that sense of responsibility. I am Mother Earth. I am a good mother. I gave out all the love I have, but my resources are finite. Pray for me too.
A year later, we were doing a channeled reading in the Akashic Records, that great library in the spirit world that contains all the stories of our lives. I had asked a vague question about the Earth, and I got an answer from a special section of the Akashic Records that identified itself as the General Record for Gaia. And here's the funny thing. When I was putting this presentation together, I realized for the first time that this session had happened on April 22nd, Earth Day, 2018.
It says the Earth will go through changes, drastic changes, that will take humans by surprise. Scary at first, and reassuring after that. It'll show the Earth knows what it's doing. The Earth is an intelligent entity and knows what to do to fix things. It has resources, not the ones we plunder. It has its own resources it uses for itself. And what's the event? We think the problem right now is politics. The problem is not politics at all. Soon we'll find out that politics is nothing. The main thing is that how do we as humans pull together to prepare for a new life on this planet? That is what's going to bring us together. We're going to be faced with new realities so big that none of our experts or politicians will know what to do with it. We will have each citizen, young and old, will have to take part in discussions and thinking about the future. And that's the only way. And each one of us will have to make a covenant with Gaia. Each person on Earth will have to make a covenant. The problem on Earth right now is citizens, young and old, from any country, do not have any real sense of responsibility towards the Earth, even though they feel sorry for what's happening for the Earth. They don't have a sense of responsibility because they feel disempowered. What's going to happen to Gaia and the waves we're getting received, the waves of love, plus the manifestations of tectonic shifts in Gaia, is going to force us to come together as a people and take responsibility for our own lives and the way we conduct ourselves with Gaia. Do we use Gaia and her resources? And do we deal with each other? Each one of us, and this is how proper politics should always be, each one of us will be responsible for themselves, and society will be structured accordingly. Governments, the economy, education, the arts, our culture, everything will be structured to emphasize that each one of us is responsible for the safekeeping of Gaia and ourselves. We will no longer leave it to experts. We will no longer farm it out. We will not look at the news and then go back to our own little amusements. We will feel engaged by the process. Gaia needs your engagement. It needs your commitment. Each person. No more politics. And Gaia has a capability, know-how to clean her act. The mess she got into because of you guys. Except this time, she will not do it on her own. She's tired of it. There will be a reenactment of the covenant between humans and the earth, individually and collectively. Each one of you is responsible. You've been so disempowered, most of you. You always wait for others to take care of those problems, not you. You always thought politics will take care of it, the church will take care of it, your parents will take care of it, your bosses will take care of it. It's no longer the case. Gaia is in rough shape, but she's pulling herself together. Partnership means responsible. Responsible to act, not just to think. Each one of us will be aware of how much they're depleting the resources around them. Not in the sense that they should feel guilty or bad, just so that they know within safe limits or not.
The next segment was from a client whose spiritual awakening had been triggered on a hike in the mountains by seeing a light coming from a rock, and they wondered what it meant. I'm being taken on a tour of the consciousness of nature. The hubris of humans is to think they're a separate consciousness from nature. Humans even reject being part of nature, or else they wouldn't even kill animals, raise chickens in factories, and so on. We have so much hubris, we think that we're all that matters. All of nature is calling for our attention, and we're not paying attention to that. That's what the rock told me. Don't think you're the only consciousness worth attention, even a rock. When humans realize that, they will make amends to nature. It's all genocide in a way. We're genocidal with humans because we're genocidal with nature. It's the same. That will change when we realize the value of consciousness in nature, the value in paying attention to it. Nature contains all of our relations. It points to the truth that we're all connected to each other. All, not just the ones like me. Finally, here's a snippet from a very recent Beyond Quantum Healing session, where I got to ask some questions about current events in Canada, where I live. And it went further into ideas about personal power and the way forward. Again, the idea of personal responsibility came up. In the session, we'd been talking about the need to transcend structures. And structures can be belief systems, identities, self-concept, institutions, family structures.
People are tired of living in their self-imposed, self-accepted, even unconsciously structures. Starts family, school, work, country, politics. So people are rebelling against that, and they don't know what they're rebelling against, and so they point at the government and people who represent those, whether it's medical or government or whatever they represent, then they become the enemy of this person who's rebelling against something that they don't even know they have the power to change. And seeing the thing that must be changed as being external is disempowering. It doesn't stop people from doing it, but it's actually disempowering. So if you put a whole bunch of people together, mutual disempowerment, for a while they have the illusion of being powerful. It's very seductive. Wow. Cause change through rebellion, it's temporary because you haven't changed the inside. The way out is through a growing sense of shared personal responsibility. Shared personal responsibility. Not codependent, shared personal responsibility. fueled by gratitude. When I am grateful for what I have, I am grateful for what I can give.
The key word through all of this is responsibility. The Earth, our mother, wants us to grow up, to act with integrity, to stand in our power, and to be responsible. So how are we going to do that? What kind of world are we going to make with shared personal responsibility? Feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts. My name is Heather Holm. I practice Beyond Quantum Healing online, and if you're ever in Nova Scotia, you can book a QHHT or BQH session with me in person. You can learn more about me on my website at heatherholm.ca, where you'll also find more channelings, blog posts, and stories from sessions. I'm also in the practitioner directory at quantumhealers.com.